Hello and welcome to the post-match live show of the third ODI between India and Ireland. And it was a very commanding victory for Team India. 304 run win, very much. 304 run win, a historical win, we all can say, and highest ever margin for Team India in women's ODI. And 3-0, a clean sweep. What we all expected that India will definitely win, but I think no one expected that India will cross 400 run today. I think even when we predicted, we expected again 330, 340. But whenever we predict something, Team India managed to score 100 run more anyhow. So today they scored around 430, 440, 434 or 435, 435, sorry. 435 they scored. So Trishadi and the main point, sorry I forgot, the bowlers managed to take all 10 wickets for the first time in this series. So I think this kind of bowling performance that we have been talking about since that first match, that against Ireland your bowlers are expected to do that type of performance in every game. But you have to give credit to Ireland batters the way they batted in the first two games. But today they couldn't handle that collapse what they had after the third wicket. So Trishadi, what's the main talking point? Obviously batting again, but overall bowling. What your thoughts about the match?
I think one thing is very clear that if you have to go, if you have to play in India, it has to be two pacers and three spinners. Because while
Definitely.
we are talking about India taking 10 wickets, the main difference I think was made by the Indian spinners. Because there's Tanuja Kanwar, who was among wickets, Deepti Sharma, Minu Mani. So you had three proper spinners. Obviously, I would have liked to see, I would have preferred Priya Mishra in place of Minu Mani, because I don't know exactly what was the purpose of Priya Mishra being dropped for Minu Mani in this game. Trying Minu Mani out, I get it, but where exactly does Minu Mani feature in your 15 or 11, even in the World Cup, is very difficult for me to understand. Having said that, one thing is clear that you can't play with three pacers. You have to
Hmm.
go with two pacers and get in more spinners. The other thing, of course, is Tanuja Kanwar is a very good option. You know, if you can have a Deepti, a Priya Mishra leggy, and a Tanuja Kanwar, I think perfect. Perfect. Tanuja is
The
more like
variation, the variation will be interesting. Three different kind of spinner you have.
absolutely. And look at England. When England is doing well,
Yes.
England has, Charlie Dean, they have Sarah Glynn, they
Hmm.
have Sophie Eccleston, who's the world number one. So you know that in subcontinent conditions, you will always get, you know, spinners doing well means your job is done. And today also, I think the other thing which Smriti, either she learned or she was forced to get that change, because again, you were one pacer less. You brought in Deepti Sharma in the eighth or ninth over, whereas in the first two matches, you got her in the first match. I think it was in the 18th over, and in the
Hmm.
second in the 15th over. Actually, vice versa. In the first match, it was 15th over, and in the second match, it was in the 18th over. You cannot get Deepti Sharma in the 18th over, because right now Deepti is your bowling all rounder. She's no more an all rounder or a batting all rounder. She's your bowling all rounder. So you have to bring her in early. That's point one. Point two, taking pacers and spinners together. Deepti is your most experienced bowler. You
Well,
have to get her in early.
yes, absolutely, and a proper wicket taking option for you. So it's better for you to use her properly in every phase of the game. But again, Trishadi, another match, another high catch, and Shriti Mandara dropped that easy catch against. So what's your view? Again, another live we're talking about the fielding. So what's your view on that?
I think ground fielding was better today, much
Hmm.
better.
Hmm.
Ireland's sloppiness also have
Yes,
right,
yes.
better. That's what the thumbs up is for, better fielding. But no, on a more serious note, I think ground fielding was better. Catching, Smriti will have a problem with high catches until and unless she gives that given space. Again, close to the body, way below eye level. So you're not looking at the ball. I cannot be catching the ball here when my eyes are here.
Hmm.
I'm gonna drop it, obviously, and that is exactly what happened. So I think that part remains common, and until and unless Smriti changes that or works on that, I don't think it's gonna help. Us talking 100 times also is not going to change anything.
Yes,
So
absolutely. And what's about Pratika? You have been talking about Pratika since that domestic tournament. She has been brilliant so far in all 6 matches so far, and today scoring that big 100. It is not easy to to continue that momentum after scoring 100 and scoring those 150 plus. It's a huge achievement, I think. So, what's about that innings, Trishadi?
yes, it's a great achievement. I would say she was provided with an opportunity of playing
Mm,
against West Indies, of playing against a weak Ireland team. And what I loved is the fact that she took that opportunity with both hands. That's the important part.
yes.
Against Ireland also people get out cheaply. It's not like people don't get out cheaply, but to maintain that consistency that she began with against West Indies series, I think is extremely impressive. Again, getting back to what I told in the morning, England will be the actual test.
Mm,
Australia will be the actual test. But in England, Australia is a test for everyone. Even Smriti, in her
yes.
best of form, England, Australia is a test for her. So
Yes.
why talk about Pratika alone? My only concern is Pratika's bat swing and backlift is kind of, for me, it is still a technical error. I mean, yes, she's scoring runs, and the other part is, if you see, Ireland had actually kind of started finding her out, if you know what I mean. They were bowling a lot towards the offside in the second
Mm,
game. Today, I think Ireland was in their worst bowling form.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely, and I think they had their best fielding day in the first game, and the last game they had a decent outing as a fielding unit, and today they were very poor at the fielding also. I think obviously the series is
It's all
gone, and
Smriti,
they
and
yes,
Smriti was
yes,
that Nick, you know,
mm,
the,
mm,
because Smriti against Ireland is not going to give you 5 6 chances. She'll give you that one chance or two chances, and you have to take it. You can't be dropping her. Uh, Snehashish, let's take Shobik's question.
yes,
Australian
absolutely. I saw that.
are scared after seeing them smash 350 and 400 on regular basis, right? Really? Really? No.
No, no, I think Shovik also commented that in a sarcastic way. Yeah, I think it's a great achievement for any team to score, in a regular basis 300, 350, 400. That's good thing for confidence. But we all know that this kind of pitches hopefully will not be there in the World Cups and should not be there because and against good teams you are not going to score 400. Australia will not give you in this kind of pitches also to score to give that relaxation to score 350, 400 on a regular basis because their bowlers are far above and they are more class. With all due respect to Ireland, we all know that. So I think it is not it, but yes, overall I think everyone will think that as a basic batting unit, India are doing pretty good. India looking confident. So everyone will hope that India will do well against better team, but obviously you cannot expect to score 350, 400 against Australia or England in this
No, I
kind
think
of pitches.
Shobik isn't expecting also. Shobik just,
Yes,
I think it's more sarcastic, as you said.
yes.
And the other part where I felt a little bit disappointed, I would have wanted to see more intent from the Indian team, and
Mm.
I would have expected them to field first. I did not understand. You scored a 371 last game. Your batters are in form. Why are you exactly going for batting again and wasting time? I would have rather put Ireland to bat first, get my team right, get Ireland bowled out for 100, odd. I've been saying this from day one. Get them all out and just score those runs down. That is how teams like Australia, teams like England go about. Where you demolish the opponent, where you finish the opponent. 430, you're basically using Ireland bowlers for net practice. I mean, sure, but yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I also agree that India could have chose to bowl first because as Trishati mentioned properly that your batters are already in very very good form. and you don't need another test for them to get some runs or get some confidence. Today, what you did after that mammoth opening partnership, you sent Richard number three, then you sent Tejal to to have a bat. Then you brought back Harlin, and then after Jemima Rodriguez, I thought India management would send Tanuja Kanwar also. I think ahead of Jimmy or something to have a game time. Uh,
It's waste. I mean, why would you? Jemima scored 100 last
yes,
game, and
yes.
if you are batting first because you want people to bat, then
Hmm.
why aren't you sending Jemima because she did not score in the first game? Hurlin, same thing. First game did not score. Second game scored. Where are you promoting the consistency? You're not promoting the consistency. That's my problem with this team management. Too much experimentation. Even against Ireland, we are looking at 430 fantastic, but remember, the opening partnership is not going to be 150, 160, 200 against big teams in all the matches. Then what happens? Can Hurlin then carry forward? But we don't have answers to this. But
Absolutely, and
Yash, I would ask you
yes,
this. Sorry.
given how India is playing without Harman, is Harman career over? No, 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 not right now. Harmanpreet
Rupali,
Kaur is
I
your
have
captain.
one I actually have a question as an answer to this question. So,
Yes.
Rupali, my question is um, which team are we playing against? How else did you expect India to play against Ireland? Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely. And I think Harmanpreet Kaur is your captain. And against Ireland, from day one, we are saying that this is a series where India is looking to to check their bench strength. I think in that case they have been pretty successful, especially with their batters. And obviously, I think in this game the bowlers did pretty well. So overall, it's a good end for the team India when it comes to experiment. But obviously, it doesn't mean that with this team we are going forward. Forget Harmanpreet Kaur. That is not going to happen. She is your captain. She is going to lead the team Indian World
He's
Cup,
going to
and
lead the World Cup. Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
absolutely. So that is not going. It is like given Rohit Sharma rest during his captaincy. Someone did the captaincy. India won the Asia Cup or something. So Rohit Sharma forget Rohit Sharma. That is not the thing,
No,
na.
but India has not won the Asia Cup. India has just won a bilateral series against Ireland.
Yeah, that's the point. Okay, Ayush Sharma.
It's yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ayush Sharma. Harman coming will give strength to the team, and on following Ashes, women Ashes can clearly say that against big teams, even 275, 80 will be enough. But we should make it and see how we handle pressure while bowling. Perfect point. That is the point we have been talking about.
No, also, why are 10 things opening in Ludo's computer? Sorry. Yeah. I think completely agreed that it will be important to obviously score 275, 280. That's the bare minimum that you have to get against big teams. But also depends a lot on because the last Ashes game, women's Ashes game, was a low scoring thriller. See, the
Yes.
point ultimately is with the bigger team, it is about mentality, it is about mental pressure. And today, when you see Ireland getting out cheaply, yes, of course, getting in the spinners, get slowing the ball down, bowling better, I get everything. But you also have to understand that as Ireland batters, think of the Ireland batters. They have been running around to the boundaries. It's demoralizing, when you
Yes.
have 371, 430 scored against you. So when you come, there are a lot of things going on in your mind, which you could clearly see. Sarah Forbes, who was playing so well, she was batting beautifully against the spinners using her feet. The game change, I wouldn't say game changing moment, I would say the innings changing moment for Ireland was when Sarah Forbes lazily, she had reached, she just needed to
Mm.
extend her hands. She absolute shambles, I mean, shambolic lazy running. The moment she got out, I texted my friend, poor, poor, poor. You cannot, that's not international standard. You cannot run like that. You have reached there. So I think against the big teams, apart from how much you score, it is also about the mental pressure. How much mental pressure can you take? uh, that is where I think if you're playing and winning against Ireland, I don't know how much pressure you are taking. I would have rather seen, look, with the ball we haven't been doing great.
Mm.
That is why I'm continuously saying I would rather want India to win the toss and field first and get that confidence. The bowlers getting that
Yes.
confidence is very, very important. And that is where I think India kind of failed.
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree with that because because as you mentioned in the previous two lives also that you have failed to take 10 wickets of Ireland in both the matches. So it's okay that in this match they have managed to do that, but obviously I think India would have pretty good if they would have chosen to bowl first. Okay,
Yeah, no comments as
okay.
of now.
Yes, we will come to comments against if something comes. But Tushadi, against spinners, I think against if you see 10 wickets, 6 wickets come to spinners, 2 wickets for the pacer and two runouts. But what about the pacers? I think today the way Titas and Shali bowled the initial spells, how do you look at them today in the start match?
Not great, extremely
Not.
average.
Hmm.
Extremely average because also, Snehashish, if you see the number of extras given,
Hmm.
we have been giving, I think, the last I counted in the fifth or sixth over. So
Hmm.
the series total for India is some 24 wides. You cannot give
Okay.
24 wides against Ireland. Think of this. 24 wides means,
Hmm.
it might seem okay, 24 runs, but it's not only
Yes.
24 runs, it's almost close to 24 extra balls.
Yes.
And when
Absolutely.
it's almost close, my maths is not a problem. The thing is, one or two must have been five wides. So that's why that would have been one ball extra, which means almost 3 overs, let's say.
Yes.
In 3 overs, Australia is going to murder you. They will take 60 runs and you're done.
Point.
That's the problem. You're not disciplined, inconsistent. I think the if I have to take the biggest positive for me, the biggest positive today was Richa coming out to bat at 3 and getting enough time to bat, because Richa generally does.
Hmm.
In the first match also she came and faced two balls. In the second match also she came in the 48th over, so she barely faced balls. That is her role. That's true, but the finisher job is not easy. You know, you might get 8 of 2, 10 of 3, etc. But there will be one day when it will stop working and suddenly you are not in form. That is why today's innings and getting that 50 under her belt was also very, very important, I thought.
Absolutely. Okay.
Some
Some
questions of
interesting.
it, yeah.
Yes, some interesting comments have come. Okay, Remo commenting WPL is one of my favorite tournaments. I am betting on this season doing well despite clash with Champions Trophy. Okay, WPL he expected the WPL will do well in spite of Champions Trophy happening at the same time.
WPL will attract the Indian crowd, right? With
Yes.
Champions Trophy, I think only the days that India is playing, it will be
Mhm.
hampered. Otherwise, I feel, of course, WPL will be doing well. I agree with Remo.
Yes. Okay, Akash, we should celebrate performance against big teams like Australia, England, New Zealand, South Africa. Obviously,
Yes,
whenever
no,
your
no.
team wins, you should celebrate.
I have a problem with this. If
Yeah.
somebody like Akash, my question to you is: so if the girls had not performed in this series, would you be happy with it? There are Ireland series inconsequential whether they perform or they don't. No, right? So
No.
you celebrate the performance. The significance of the performance becomes bigger against bigger teams. I get that,
Exactly.
but it does not mean we won't celebrate. Somehow we have become very negative in everything. Let's not do that. I mean, let's celebrate. It's not easy for a Pratika. Pratika has not
Yes.
chosen that she will be playing against West Indies or Ireland. And let me tell you something: full toss is the worst ball that can be bowled, and full toss has got the maximum wickets. So while Ireland is not good enough, or of course it's not even 0.01 the level of an Australia team, but you still got to perform. You are given the full toss, you still got to hit it, not to the fielder but to the fence. So while you can say every full toss should go for a six, when it does, do remember to celebrate it. That's how life is. Small celebrations don't make people god out of these, but definitely celebrate.
Absolutely. I think whenever your team wins any game, I think you should celebrate. But obviously, we are also here to discuss about the win, and obviously we are talking about the points that should get improved come
Improve
in
as
in
well.
the coming games. So I think that is how I think the discussion should happen. So that is the way forward. Ayush Sharma commenting, when we even play against West Indies, we tend to struggle while bowling to players who have temperament and character. Like example, Haley. So this series batting was good, but winning matches depend on bowling a lot. Excellent point,
Absolutely.
you say.
Excellent point. Ayush has hit the nail on its head. And that is why I was saying that I am not going to take a lot of positive from this series, to be honest. Because as a bowling unit, I, that is exactly what I'm saying. That when I gave this title, is India fixed on the 15 for the World Cup? What do you do about the bowling?
Mm.
Who are your bowlers? But one thing is pretty clear that you have to go with two pacers. So when
Mm.
Renuka comes, and if
Definitely.
Pooja, of course, Renuka has been rested, so Renuka will come back. And if Pooja is fit, that problem is solved. If Pooja is not fit, what happens? Who is your bowler you go to? Titash? Saima? Sayali? Who? And Sayali,
And
and
and we are not even discussing Arundhati's name.
we are not discussing because selectors are
Yes,
apparently, they
yes,
have moved
yes.
on from Arundhati for no apparent reason, for under mysterious circumstances. But to be honest, yeah, I mean, um, Indian bowling, one thing is good that Deepthi got wickets,
Mm.
Tanuja got wickets, Meenu Mani got wickets, Priya Mishra got wickets. So your
Yes,
spinners are sorted. The other positive is Pratika also bowled a few overs of
yes.
spin. That is another positive. But again, India has always had positives when it comes to spinners. We are back to no pacers.
Mm. Suddenly,
And
suddenly again the pace bowling unit looking very, very fragile. Suddenly,
I think better communication, better people have to work on their speeds. The problem is
yeah.
we bowl too slow. Lauren
Mm.
Bell, Filer, they're bowling at 120. Our bowlers are 107, 108. That has to be increased. Otherwise, in Indian pitches, you're never going to cause a problem at 107, 108. Rather, the 90s will then start causing problems because they're too slow.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, SS98 is back and comment is the team is better without Harmanpreet Kaur. Shriti should be announced as the captain for the World Cup. No, 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 no.
So here's the thing. Under
Yeah,
Harmanpreet Kaur, you won the West Indies series,
yeah.
correct?
Yes,
Under Smriti, you won the Ireland series. How did you
yes.
decide who's better and who's worse?
Uh,
But
no, no. I
Smriti
think
also, to be very honest, in the commentary also they were discussing that Smriti is proactive. Smriti, I think there was a lot of praise about Smriti's captaincy. But if you ask me, she should have been a lot more proactive because there were times when you would question what next. Why is she not? Even today, when Ireland was 7 wickets down, why
mm,
are infielders right in the circle?
yeah,
They're gonna run singles, hit sixes. What is Ireland gonna do? What is the last three batters of Ireland gonna do that you have to, keep boundary riders almost? And fielders in the infield have to be right at the tip of the circle, like in death overs. So I think these are the small areas where you need to work on. Again, Leah Paul, there was nobody for the convention and sweep.
the Brooke Holiday case.
Absolutely. And you're not learning from your mistake as a captain. Thankfully, the Deepthi, again, I don't know if Smriti really learned from her mistake and brought Deepthi.
Mm.
It could just be that you did not have the Saima to bring in. That's why you got in. In fact, see, every single match, you have given somebody or the other before Deepthi. Whereas Deepthi is your experienced bowler. And as a bowler, Deepthi has done very less wrong.
And definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I also believe that Shriti Mandana needs to work, I think, on her captaincy. I think she needs some work. I think then we can think about, giving her the main full-time captaincy duties. Okay, Ayush Sharma, there is a saying batters win matches, but bowlers win tournaments, I guess. But at last this series was good for batters, but bowlers and especially backups as well should focus on improving skill. We will help in future. Absolutely.
Complete.
Hmm. Okay. Sandeep, belter in Rajkot, the pitch.
Yeah,
Trishadi.
it was a highway. If I was driving in it, I would be driving at 180.
I still don't understand why do you need this kind of pitches in a series like Ireland? I don't
Exactly
know.
my point. And what have you done as a result? If you look at the bowling figures of Atita Shadu,
Yeah,
if I am Tita Shadu, I will be furious. Why exactly
absolutely.
does Smriti Mandana, Jemima Rodriguez, Harleen Deol, Tejal Hasabnis need such belters? Why can't we get a little bit of help?
Absolutely,
I think the
absolutely.
pitch was extremely, I mean, again, against Ireland, well,
I
it's
can
almost
understand.
it's almost like we wanted Ireland batters also to know that they can improve and they can play. They can bat 50 overs.
But unfortunately, Ireland didn't bat that much good on the best wicket today. I think this was the best wicket to bat among all three
Yeah,
matches.
but I think now they're tired.
Yes, yeah, they are tired. Absolutely, I think conceding 435 and fielding for 50 overs. I think they were all done and dusted mentally,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I will again say that this kind of pitches will not definitely improve. You know, especially the women's cricket. You know, you want fans to come and watch your game, but this kind of wickets will not definitely attract your fans. I think if you give, I am not saying that give that type of only, but a game like 180 defending, Australia defending a 180 will attract more fans compared this
Yeah,
435 runs
yes,
game.
this pitch. There was
Yeah,
a green patch which was
yeah.
doing a bit. What a game! I
What
think
a
that
game.
was interesting. This was absolutely boring. Against Ireland, we are not even expecting that the game will become interesting at any point. But
Mhm.
still,
Absolutely.
next
Okay, Akash, we have seen improvement in recent T20 World Cup. Uh,
pitch improvement, player improvement, batter improvement, bowler improvement. किसमें improvement दिखा है? वो तो बोलो.
फील्डिंग तो छोड़ दो पर बाकी सब में होगा कुछ.
That's why I did not even put that.
Okay. Okay. Indian women cricket will never improve because belter of pitch provided just to improve averages. Yeah, see, we are also very critical about the pitches. We are not happy with the pitches given for these three matches because I can understand we were playing a big team like Australia, South Africa. You will give kind of flat pitches so that you can have that chance to go for the chase while chasing a big total. So that you can have a chance. But for Ireland, I definitely think, and I think Trishadi also thinks that this kind of pitches were not needed absolutely. But hopefully, let's see. But you cannot argue. We cannot argue right now why
But
this kind of pitches given.
one problem with this comment, you know,
Mm.
what do you mean by never? लाइक
Yeah,
इतना क्या नेगेटिव चले जाते हो यार, बीच में रहो थोड़ा कि
yeah,
improve कर सकते हैं, should give better pitches, should not be belters. I get the point
exactly.
and I completely agree that you can't be giving this flatter track, but don't
Mm.
say never improve.
Yes. Okay. पिच कैसा था राजकोट का वही बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग बहुत ही अच्छा था पिच.
है क्या कोई संदीप जी, वो देख लीजिए, कोई पिच था.
Okay. Okay, Remo. What we really need is a fast bowler and couple of under 19 prodigies like Kamalini, Trisha, and Nikki to quickly nurture and develop and showcase it in the senior level. Trishadi?
Trisha? Not me, Trisha, G Trisha. I think one more under 15 player that I had actually first seen in Mumbai at a tournament was Ira Jadhav. She played
Mm,
really well, one to look out for. But I completely agree with what Remo is saying. We need a fast bowler. We right now only have slow medium pacers or medium pacers. We don't have a out and out fast bowler. We need an out and out fast bowler, and that is why Pooja was one of a kind, where she is fast. She has got the Yorker. She has got the bouncer. Her ball comes and hits the bat. You need a bowler whose ball comes and hits the opponent's bat. It is very important. And I completely agree. This is something that Snehashish, you and I have been discussing since the domestic tournament
yes.
itself. That Yes, there are under 19 prodigies, but what are
Hmm.
you doing with them exactly? How are you not nurturing them? It's important to nurture them also, apart from playing the challengers, playing the under 19 domestic games. It is extremely important that you nurture those talent, talk to them, communicate with them, and overall, so that when they come in the international setup, they are ready, they are not raw or uncooked.
Absolutely. I think step by step they should get opportunities and then come to Team India. Not like straight into Team India, then they will not being able to handle that pressure of that difference of that level. But by the way, under 19 T20 World Cup is going to start in a few days. Team India, the defending champions. So let's
And
see how this new
yeah,
batch
absolutely, will
do.
be covering.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, Ayush Dinner. Trishadi, after every ICC event, both our men and women team have series with the weaker teams, beat them, and then we forgot the issues due to which we lost the event. Trishadi.
I haven't forgotten. I have not forgotten. Snehashish hasn't forgotten. You also should not forget. And I
Yes,
completely agree with that. It is our memory which has a problem. We actually forget the moment India wins bilateral series, that what went wrong in bigger tournaments. But don't forget, keep asking questions, and hope that your questions are answered, or at least that your question puts pressure on the team to do better, to think about the mistakes.
absolutely. Okay, Ayush Dinner. Same question, same comment. Okay, Akash. 2025 came still no ICC World Cup for women's cricket instead of having more facilities than Australia, West Indies, New Zealand. I don't understand that we are having more facilities than Australia, West Indies, and New Zealand in women's cricket. Do
In
we have more
cricket,
facilities?
in women's cricket, is this comment for women's cricket? Then no,
No, because
absolutely
Akash is
not.
saying that we have
West
no
Indies,
ICC World Cup for women's cricket. So I think he is commenting for women's cricket only then.
West Indies, sure, women's cricket, but
Yeah,
not Australia, New Zealand, England. Come on, Australia,
yeah,
New Zealand, England have been in getting paid and getting proper domestic structure way before India started.
yeah.
Don't apply the same philosophy that goes for men's cricket. Please don't.
Yes,
Absolutely not. Women cricketers have started getting facilities very late in India. Is that the only excuse why we are not winning the World Cup? No, definitely not.
nah,
But one of the reasons, sure.
yes. And I think to some extent South Africa also. I think along with Australia, England, and
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Okay, Asim Hans. Yes, Asim Hans is back. Prediction off by a little only today. India innings 100 plus, India minus Ireland minus 130. When, Asim, I have to say something. When India crossed 400 mark, I texted Tushadi on WhatsApp. Be ready, Tushadi. Asim Hans will come and tell us that again you guys are off by 100 margin. So we are sorry again, Asim bhai. That's a hat trick of sorries for you in this series, but but we are happy that India scored 400 plus. We are happy. Now Tushar detail.
I'm happy that Ireland scored 130 less as well. But Asim will keep predicting, and
Yes,
I don't mind if India is plus 100 every time we predict whatever score we predict.
yes. I think that's the new mantra for us. In every game, we'll expect something. India will definitely score more than 100 runs. Okay, Sanya Gulati. Everyone says the batting order is settled, but is it really? Can we maintain the same performance in top-notch teams? That is the point we have been talking about.
Batting order is settled.
Yeah.
I believe probably Yastika will be coming in place of Hurley, probably, depending
Mhm.
on the domestic performances. But in general, yes, you're going to open with Smriti, Pratika, and Shafali will be there in the mix, along with Harleen, Yastika for that number three. Four will obviously be Harman. She'll be back. She'll be your captain. Five, Jemima.
Jimmy,
Six, Richa. Seven. So
Dipti.
basically, Harman comes in place of Tejal, and then rest of
Mm.
the batters then shift one down and comes at number four.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm.
So I think batting order is pretty settled. Yes. The second question is extremely important. Can we maintain the same performance against top-notch teams? Uh, if you look at the batters potentially, yes, they can. Talent-wise, of course, they can.
On
But
paper, they can. Yes.
on paper, they can. But
Mm.
performance-wise, yes, we are inconsistent. We are extremely inconsistent, and let's hope that the way 2025 has begun for the Indian team,
Mm.
even if it's against Ireland, we can pick on that form and depend on that form and go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Tushari, is there any chance we can see if, because the way Shefali Verma scoring runs in domestic cricket, bring Shefali Verma as an opener, use Pratika as number three? Is there any chance?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, Remo, what are your thoughts on India's chances in the Under 19 World Cup? Who for you are the favorites?
We are winning it, Remo. We are winning it.
No, that
World
batch
Cup.
is that batch is very good.
Yeah, yeah.
They did pretty well
Very,
in the last tournament also, and several players are pretty good. So we'll be looking forward to that. Hopefully, you guys are also, and we'll come on live shows and everything. We'll write away. We will definitely report on that tournament. Okay. All respect for Sriti, but please, dear, we won centuries against big teams in ICC World Cups. These performances are only for records. Fit Monk is very fit. I can say that.
I will just maintain silence and smile.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, of course,
Obviously. Yeah.
important factor in the team, to be honest. And I completely agree with Fit Monk. The first part, second part, I
Yeah.
don't want to comment on that. But first part, of course, I completely agree that Smriti now has experience. Smriti has that experience of playing all over the globe.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's high time, she stood up and scored in important matches, because we have seen in the knockout matches, in important matches, somehow she's not able to deliver me. And I repeat, I don't doubt her potential. I don't doubt her talent. I think it's the mental part of things that we really need to handle pressure well.
Absolutely. Okay. Again, same. Okay. Sports fan. Guys, is Pratika now above in pecking order than Shefali now? Or this performance against Minos don't count? No, I
If
think
the performance,
Pratika.
then why
Yeah.
would you have her anyway? It's not Pratika's fault, sports fan, that
Exactly.
she made her debut against West Indies, and then the next series was Ireland. Sorry, West Indies, Ireland.
I,
Yeah,
mm,
correct. So it's
mm,
not her fault, right? In fact, if you see from Pratika's point of view, she was given a chance and she has taken it with both hands. And now, if you actually look at it, why had you dropped Shafali? You had dropped Shafali because in ODI she was not performing. In
yes.
T20Is, again, like Arundhati, mysterious circumstances. But in ODIs, uh, because Shafali was not making those innings,
Mm,
making those big runs. She was getting out in 20, 25, 30. So there,
mm,
Pratika has converted. She has got 50s. Today, she has got a mammoth 150. Yes, Ireland, but at least she has shown the potential of a big
mm,
innings. She has
yes.
not thrown it away. That is where I think you have to give her a little more, um, little more. You have to give her chances against bigger teams and see what she does with those chances as well.
Absolutely, and I think the most beautiful part of this innings that the way she paced her innings, especially after scoring that 100, I think it was beautiful. And during that mid-inning show, Pratika was called. Deep Das Gupta was there in the commentary, so he was asking question to Pratika Rawal. He asked, when you scored that, between 90 to 100, it seems that you are playing cautiously. Obviously, maiden tone was there. It was so nice of Pratika that she accepted clearly that yes, from that 80 or 85 to 100, it was kind of slow from me. That's why I tried my best to cover up that, and hopefully I did after scoring 100. So I
The
think
word
that's a very
comes,
good point.
there is
I think that's a
some
very good
Indian
point.
cricketers dictionary.
Okay. So I think that was a lovely part from a cricketer accepting that instantly. Okay. Asim Hans, we are considering a lot of extras in Ireland series from first ODI onwards. 15, 21, 18 respectively for each ODI. This is a constant to give in Australia ODIs 1, 9, 15 in West. Excellent point, Asim Hans. I think Trishadi
And
mentioned
Asim,
that.
by the way, you were there watching 5 at 5, right? Because that's when I was making the extras point that at one point I had calculated this is in the fourth or fifth over in the innings, or maybe sixth over in the
Mm,
Ireland innings. We had
mm,
given 24 wides. I'm not even counting the leg buys and no balls and buys. So when you have
mm,
given 24 wides, as Asim, we have spoken once, I'm repeating again that even if there are 1 to 5 wides, even then it's 18 18 balls extra as well, apart
mm,
from the 24 runs we are considering.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
against Australia, against teams like Australia, England, 3 more overs, you are basically going to bowl 53 overs at them, not 50. You don't, and remember, especially Australia, England bat
Yeah.
till number 8, 9, 10. You can't
I
afford to
will
do
say
that.
11. I will say 11.
Australia
All
bats
11.
11. Australia bats 15. Bats bowls.
Okay, Shashank, what is your opinion on Pratika? Will she perform consistently against big teams too? I think Trishadi have has mentioned several times already that her main test now will be in England against England. I think that will be the big test. But whatever she has done so far, she has been looked pretty good. Okay, Ayush Jindal, Trishadi, I hope we take Arundhati to the World Cup. She is needed. Trishadi.
And what has Saima, Titash, and Sayali now done wrong that they will be dropped? All of a sudden, under
Ah,
mysterious circumstances, you bring Arundhati back, much like mysterious circumstances that you had thrown her out, and then throw two of Saima, Sayali, and Titash again under mysterious circumstances, because I don't think they have done much wrong. As they have, they need some more time, of course. So yeah, Arundhati, of course, is bowling well in Indian
hmm,
conditions. Um, experienced bowler, but at the same time, I don't see why would you then. And the other part here is, if you're playing Renuka and Arundhati, I
hmm,
kind of feel that in a way they're very very similar. If you're playing two pacers and Pooja is not in the team because of injury, I would
hmm.
actually rather see probably a Titash than an Arundhati.
Point. Okay, Remo has an interesting comment. Are there any young quicks coming through the ranks in domestic? Seen quite a few promising batters and spinners. Can't say the same for the fast bowlers. I think there are no raw fast bowlers. I will say. I think Tushati will accept all medium pacers.
Absolutely.
And in domestic matches also, either your batters or spinners become the player of the match. So you can understand that the is whatever that is in the pitch or something, it's always the spinners or the batters. So it's very hard to find, you know, pace bowlers. But obviously, pacers are there obviously in every team, but all medium pacers, not covering that difference that we are talking about, average difference of 10 to 12 kilometers with every other top nations playing cricket there. Okay, Dhanush, if India women's team needs to win the World Cup, then they have to beat England or Australia. Obviously, why only both of them? They need to beat other teams also.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, Dhanush, same. Okay, sportsman guys, your take on women's ashes. Has England bottled a golden chance in the first two ODIs? Tushadi. Obviously, in the last match, I cannot tell about the first match, but obviously, in the last match, they bottled it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think extremely poor game awareness from Charlie Dean, Sophie Eccleston,
Mm,
and lastly, Amy Jones. Oh my God, why will you not take that single? Because, a lot of people in Twitter, Snehashish, I was seeing, were writing that had Amy
mm,
Jones taken a single also, the game
mm.
had been lost, before that. I think they have not seen Amy Jones bat. Amy Jones can get in 12 balls, Amy Jones can get 30 easily. It's not like she
Easily,
can't.
easily.
She needed to back. There are two, three things where I think England crumbled under pressure.
Mm.
One, I didn't understand why was Amy not taking singles when absolutely initially when what is her name? Alice
Who?
Capsey.
Capsi. Okay,
After
okay. Yes.
Pepsi got out, that is when
Mm.
you stop taking singles. You
Yeah.
let the gap, you know,
The
the
difference
ball
between bat and ball. Yes.
shorten.
Mm.
Then you
Mm.
put pressure on yourself. Then you do. Then Charlie Dean pulls off a extremely nonsense shot. It's
Mm.
ridiculous. And the problem is with all the stats that people see, with all the countings, I think players are also literally losing the basic. Alana
Mm.
King was bowling so well. She had just 4 balls left. Defend. You just have to score 180. And with Amy Jones there, all you needed to do, in fact, I think when Alice Capsey and Amy Jones were playing, of course, England was the favorite because they were playing in
Obviously.
so well. I know a lot of people will say that, oh, their strike rate was this, that. You did not need 100 strike rate. Because both Capsey and Jones have that shot, especially Jones. She can clear the bump. You saw that beautiful six over mid off. She can do that on a regular basis. And when I say regular basis, she can hit 3 on 3 that shot. So I don't think the runs were ever a problem. I think the common sense issue became a problem. And that is where mentally England bolstered. That is where Australia is the world champion. They mentally do
Absolutely.
not bolster at any point of time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Same Dhanush. No, same comment. Same comment. Okay. Manikandan. Happy to opening partnership with Raval. Nice, Shruti. Okay.
Yeah,
Everyone is happy with the opening partnership so far in the last six ODIs. They have been
yeah.
pretty solid. Yes. Asim Hans again. Who are our top pacers in ODI? Renuka, Arundhati Reddy, Pooja Bhaskar, or Sayali, Saima, or Titas? Who should we take to the World Cup, ODI World Cup, and how many?
Three.
Tushari? Three,
Two
obviously.
and one
Yeah.
backup pacer.
Mm.
If Pooja is fit, then you will not count Pooja as a pacer. You will count Pooja as an all-rounder.
All
So
rounder.
Pooja
Yes.
will automatically be there, and you will take Renuka. I don't know Arundhati you are taking, or either of Arundhati and Sayali rather than Saima for me, because
Mm.
Sayali looked a little more promising with the variations that she has. So I would say either Arundhati or Sayali and Titash, of course, because Titash has that little, the ball skidding a little, that sort of an approach. I think Titash as
Mm.
a pacer does impress me more than what her performances say. I think has a lot of potential. So as I said, Pooja Vastrakar you will not directly look as pacer. You
Yes.
will look at the whole package, because Pooja can play, see, the kind of batter Pooja is, she can play as a batter as well. So that's why Pooja
And
you will
fielder.
separate from
Top
this.
fielder.
She's a top fielder, correct? So
Yes.
overall, you will separate Pooja from this and
Mm.
get in Renuka, Arundhati slash Sayali, and Titash for me.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Asim once again,
Uh,
what
yeah,
happened to Asha Shobana? She has
mm.
played two home ODIs against South Africa last year. Is she still in contention for ODI World Cup? Priya Mishra on her, who is better leg spinner? Tushali, see, currently she's missing these matches due to injury.
I
Is the
don't
point?
think it is about who's the better bowler. For
Hmm.
me, rather, the question would be who's the better fielder.
Hmm.
Because as
Point.
a bowler, I don't think they are miles apart from each other. I
Hmm.
think the difference is in the fielding, because Asha Shobna is not a good fielder
Yeah. Yeah.
in general. Priya, I think I think is a bit higher on that. So yeah, could well be that the injury came to Asha Shobna at the wrong point, and maybe Priya has done enough. For me, yes.
Absolutely, and I think ahead of the World Cup is a if any player playing the matches compared to a player that is sitting out, you cannot expect that player to come out suddenly for the World Cup, and you cannot drop the player who has been playing for you. So I think that will be very harsh call. So I think for me also, I think Priya Mishra might get a chance, should get a chance, I will say, in the World Cup squad. Okay, are we anticipating Mithali being appointed as director of women's cricket in the next couple of years? Could her administrative role with Andhra Cricket be a step in that direction? Ooh, Trishadi,
Would love to
interesting
see that.
question.
No, my answer is very simple. Would love to see that. And Remo, tweet tagging Mithali. Maybe she'll have the answer, because we genuinely don't have an answer, but would love to see that, because the
Yes.
kind of cricketing mind she has,
Mm.
and the way she has been involved with women's cricket for years now. Um, she started off as a kid, still part of women's cricket, and correctly, as Remo has said, her administrative role in Andhra cricket, what eventually it does is, in fact, she was in Rajkot for commentary, and she has gone and met the under 15 players. I think under 15 players are there. She has gone and met and spoken to them. Think of under 15 players getting her guidance. I mean, Mithali Raj guiding you how to go about it. So I think that administrative job could well be one step towards director of women's cricket. Would love to see that. I think for the women's game it will be great.
Absolutely. Okay, next comment is Pooja Gupta. In the last ODI between Australia and England, one thing I saw was that they dropped a lot of chances but still went to win because they created opportunities. Do we actually lose our calm after dropping chance? Interesting question, really.
I think absolutely correct. With Australia and England, South Africa, another team, yes, they
Mm,
bottle at times, but New Zealand, they keep pushing for chances,
mm.
which is where I feel at times India, and this I have been saying throughout the Ireland series, that I am not seeing India pushing for wickets. I am seeing,
Yes,
see, for example, today, the way Smriti played, the way we batted, we were pushing for 400, 450, 500.
yes,
We were
yes.
pushing for the. We are not doing the same thing when it comes to bowling. We are not pushing for the chances. In fielding, we never try for the half chances. We don't even go. Whether we make it or not, separate question altogether. But we don't even go for that. So I think I completely agree with Pooja.
Mm. And I think here comes the discussion that we are having throughout the series of, having plan B or C when your plan A is not working. I think that is the main thing, that when it comes to Australia, England, or maybe South Africa, they have different plans. Okay, if this is not working, we'll try this or that. But for India, if not, okay, let's wait for the batters to make mistake. I think that is the mistake that they have been making. Okay, Asim Hans, Pratik all finished with an overall strike rate of 119, impressive. But if we look at her innings, after having scored 100 of 100 balls, she scored 54 of 29 balls with a strike rate of 186. T20 potential, miss in WPL.
Don't think so. There was no
No.
place.
Yeah.
You had your settled openers. Pratika is not your finisher. She's an opener, and you had your settled openers. Don't see.
Yes. And I think the way you have mentioned, beautifully mentioned, that scoring 100 of 100, then I also mentioned that she accelerated pretty, beautifully after that 100
Exactly.
50 runs of
Actually,
29.
reaching.
Yes, but it's quite different when it comes to ODI and T20. In T20, you have to smack that, you have to keep that run rate from the fast ball onwards. So that is a very different thing. I think after playing 100 ball in any kind of pitches, I think it is very easy for any set batters to score those runs.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, sports fan, how do you see Teja's progress? Has she cemented her spot in the ODI squad? Which other middle order batters are still in contention before World Cup? There are batters.
If Angel is in the middle order, where will Harman go? So
Yes,
no, her
absolutely.
spot is not. What do you call that? Her
Cemented. Yes.
spot is not cemented yet.
Yes. Okay. Pooja Gupta, Asim Hans को ही question पूछा. Asim Hans, no need to rush players to T20I for that, because in that sense, Preeti also scored 35 runs in his 9 balls. If she likes taking time in solid ODI in his bigger scores. Absolutely. Perfectly answered, I think, from Pooja.
This is the
Okay.
best thing. Why don't you guys answer each other?
I love these live shows. I'm really saying I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
this.
I love these live shows. Absolutely.
Okay, Pooja Gupta. In the last ODI between Australia and
No, no,
one
we
thing,
finished
that is the
well.
point.
We
Yeah, we
finished
did.
well.
Yes, yes. Okay, same. Okay, final four for the under 19 World Cup. Daniel Lim. Ooh, interesting.
Australia, England, India, South Africa.
Mm. Any chance of any other Asian country, Sri Lanka or something? Because you are playing in Malaysia, spinners might come into
Yeah,
play.
Sri Lanka maybe, but I don't think
Maybe.
so.
I don't
Not
have.
that, because Sri Lanka somehow, in fact, New Zealand gives me more.
We saw in the World Cup. Okay. Okay, England women had a India woman brain fade. Yeah, I think if you are referring to the second ODI, absolutely. Amy Jones had not only once, I think twice, thrice brain fade moments she had.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. 110, 22, 70, 156, 233. Since Pratika made her debut, these are our opening partnership between Shriti and Pratika in ODIs. I understand the opposition may not be best, but finally getting consistency. Absolutely. I think
agree.
that is the positive that you must take from this series, that your opening partners are looking much more solid and very comfortable with each other, I will say. So that is good that you are having that consistency. But again, at the end the question will be, will it be continued again, top teams like Australia, South Africa? That is the main challenge. Okay, who are your best playing 11 for Uday World Cup? I think Tushadi mentioned once. If you want, Tushadi can tell once more.
Yeah, so let's go.
Mm.
Smriti, Pratika,
Mm.
Yastika for me. I would
Mm.
actually want to see Shafali in place of Pratika, but I don't think right now that's possible.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Smriti, Pratika, Yastika, Harman, Jemima, Richa.
Richa,
7, I would hope to see Pooja Vastrakar.
Pooja, yes. Dipti.
Um, Deepti, Priya, or Tanuja.
Mm.
Um, Titash,
Renuka.
Renuka.
Renuka. Okay, so three pacers, two spinner,
Yeah.
or
Or
maybe
maybe
Pratika
not
will
play
bowl.
Titash. No, actually not play Titash and get Priya and Tanuja.
Priya and Tanuja both. Three spinners, and if Pratika can
Two
bowl a
paces. If
bit.
Pooja can bowl, yeah,
Yeah,
Pooja can bowl.
if Pooja
Without
can bowl,
Pooja,
yeah,
I think
obvious.
then it becomes two pacers in Titash, Renuka, and three spinners in Deepti, Priya,
Mhm.
Tanuja stays.
Absolutely. I think having a pace bowling all-rounder in your team gives a proper balance. I think it gives a huge balance to the team. Okay. Manikandan, Australia also bat collapse, 2 ODI. Australia also dropped catch in pressure and extra also. Obviously, we're not saying that Australia did everything right. Otherwise, then why they got all out for 180? That is not the fact. They also dropped catches. I clearly remember now while talking that Ashley Gardner missed a easy chance yesterday. I saw.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, so it happens, but it's about the mentality. Even after those drop catches and all, they remained calm. They went for their plans and they executed properly and they won the match. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that matters whether you win or lose. So that is the thing. Okay, which Irish player you expected more in this ODI series and really disappointed with their performances? I think
Orla
Prendergast.
Pinto. Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think before the
ख्यालात
series,
कितने मिलते जुलते हैं.
I think before the series, when we went through, the Irish player who are coming to play, what they have done and all, I think Ulla Pinnagar, one of the players that stood out, I think, exceptionally. And she is very highly regarded, I think, when it comes to batting,
Yeah,
especially.
and she's a good
But
batter,
technically
good
solid and
bowler.
all. Young,
It
young
was very
prospect of
good.
Ireland. Yes, I think today she had a good start, but again, she failed to convert that. Yes. Okay, South Africa always bottle in both men and women when it matters the most. What to say? It's very sad for South African cricket. What to say? Hmm. Okay, now Asim has come with a reply for Pooja. Okay, so Pooja Gupta, Smriti also plays T20 along with ODIs. I am not opposed to Pratika taking time in ODIs. She can keep doing that, but she may have the talent to score in T20s too and shouldn't be overlooked. Okay. So the basic point Ashim is making, that please give a chance to Pratika and see whether she can do or
In the
not.
future, she will get
Yes,
chances. It's not that.
absolutely. But it is obvious, quite obvious, that the ODI format is best suited for her. Okay, Manikandan. All women's team bowling variation in 11 Australia, England, so they dominate in. Yes, absolutely. All 11 can bat, all 11 can bowl, even all 11 can field also. Hmm. Okay, okay, Sania Gulati. If our openers fail against teams like Australia or England and lose their wickets in quick succession, which batter can stabilize the Indian innings? I
Jemima.
think you have batters. You have Jemima, you have Harmanpreet Kaur. I think with all this experience, you expect them to stabilize the innings. That's the role for them in this team. Okay, Daniel M. There is a debate in mainstream of preferring specialist versus all rounders. How does this play in the women's cricket? Because in mainstream, it is favoring batting all rounders.
I think
Tushadi.
women's team is more about specialists
Yeah.
and having one maybe spin, maybe batting all rounder and one bowling all rounder. That works.
Mhm. Absolutely. Okay. Thiruvengala Udarsi. What about Radha Yadav?
What
What
about
about
her?
Radha Yadav? Tushadi.
What about her? I don't see her featuring in this 15. To
Yes.
be honest, I
I
think
think she is now. I think she is now more important for the T20 setup rather than the ODI setup.
yes, absolutely.
Okay. This T20 template of scoring at 100 strike rate and then exciting is outdated. Don't know what the fuss is about.
How
Okay.
is this a T20 template?
No.
It cannot be a
In,
T20 template. T20
yes.
template is from the first ball you hit. So no,
Yes,
it's not a T.
absolutely. I think current T20 template demands you can score 30 but give that 13, 12 or 13 balls to me.
Absolutely.
So I don't understand. Okay, so that is the comment as of now. And Tushadi successfully another live has gone past 1 hour.
There is something. Can BCCI do something about Afghanistan women team? I hope they do.
I
I
hope.
hope all the boards come together and help Afghanistan women team restore the Afghanistan women team. And look, the Afghanistan men team has Dehradun as their base, and they play from there, right? Of course, they can play in their country as well. But why not? The women's team is kind of hiding in Australia. Maybe they can make that their base and start playing.
Absolutely. Okay, Asim Hans came up with another interesting comment. Post-match comments by Amal Majumdar. The team's search for a fast bowler is never ending.
Yeah, you're not getting an out and out fast bowler, so I think clearly it's never ending.
Yes, but Amal Majumdar sounded very positive and very proud, I will say, when he mentioned that this batch of team scored 600 in Test, I think scored 225 something in T20, and now this 400. So very happy with that batch. So I think Amal Majumdar sounded very
Yeah, but
proud.
this is my
What he
problem.
had.
Why is Amal Majumdar happy that India has scored 430 against Ireland? Come on.
Okay. Okay, Pooja Gupta is back. What will be your take about our number three batter? Still gonna go with Hallin or someone like Yastika because management wouldn't let Jamie bat there. And of course, Shefali is a different person under Meg Lanning. Her comeback? Question mark. I think Trishadi has mentioned that she wants Yastika Bhatia at number three. Obviously, more aggressive and a left-handed batting option that is more important. I will say at number three. So Yastika Bhatia, obviously Tushadi want. I also think that Yastika has a potential to be there, but Hallin I think has been doing pretty decent. I will say after making her
You know
comeback.
what? It would be interesting if the Indian management could think this way, that if Smriti gets out early, number
Hmm.
three Yastika. If
Hmm.
Pratika gets out early, number three Jemima.
Oh, I have been saying this for 1 year now that your best batter is MMR Rodriguez to bat at
Yeah,
number three. Yes,
I think
absolutely.
Indian team management has done absolute injustice when it comes to
Jimmy
Jemima.
Rodriguez. Yes, absolutely. And Shefali is a different person under Meg Lanning. I think in every WPL
Yeah,
season we have seen this. I think again we
but
will see this. I
T20I
think in this
Shafali
WPL.
T20I suits
Yes,
Shafali's game.
yes,
Chalo, take the last comment.
yes. Daniel M. Because ICC don't approve the Afghanistan women team, they cannot play official matches as a team. ICC needs to step in. I think. Yes,
Yeah, I
hopefully.
said Daniel. That is exactly what I said. That everybody needs to come together and be
Mhm.
willing to help the Afghanistan team. One of the countries can say of the big three, I would say BCCI, Australia, and England. One of them can willingly say that look, We are going to allow them to use our so and so ground as the home ground, and then go about, and ICC can approve that. So yeah, that's about it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that's for now. Thank you, Tushadi. Thank you everyone for commenting for last 1 hour. I think we both, me and Tushadi, again we are saying that we love these comments and everything. Okay, another comment from Ashiman. We'll take this at last. Is having an ICC World Cup every year a big issue in women's cricket because it gives the team no time to give the new talent a longer rope. Even if it's tried, it seems too near to the World Cup and is abandoned.
I
Good
agree.
point.
Very
Hmm.
good point.
Hmm.
Perfect point. We should
Absolutely.
end on that note.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so bye for now. Please keep an eye on the episodes for all the latest updates regarding sports, whether it is football, cricket, badminton, anything, chase, anything. And we'll come back with another live show when a match happens. Thank you.